Hey guys, welcome to another or your first episode of Spicy Tales Podcast with Kim and Stacy.
What up?
Literally always depend on you to say your what up.
Yeah, what up? How's everyone going? How's everyone doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? It's beautiful outside.
It's beautiful outside.
I hope everyone's taking full advantage of this beautiful weather. I started complaining about how hot it was yesterday, and I had to wrap it up because I was like, you know what? After the freezing and all the rain we got in the last few weeks,
and
I
the
was like,
snowfalls.
yeah, those, those. I was like, let me.
You
just
know
be
what?
grateful.
Ottawa people are just hilarious. They're the first to complain about the winter and the first to complain about the summer.
Okay, but to be fair,
We do get extreme
we get
weather.
no
do.
in between. It was literally freezing and raining, and now it's 30 degrees.
Yep.
You couldn't give us a 17 with nice sun.
Well, apparently next week it's going to be lower.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
so.
Okay, but like after the heat wave is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, there's guaranteed at least one heat wave a summer.
Isn't even the heat wave.
This is not a heat wave.
Like it's 30 degrees. It's gonna get worse. Like when the humidity hits in July, August, everybody better have their ACs
the
on.
mosquitoes are out.
The allergy season. I'm pretty sure everyone's dying.
June bugs are probably starting to pop up.
I literally saw one yesterday. I took a Reactin right before we started this.
Yeah, it's the season, but I saw some
favorite
booty. I saw some cheeks.
Oh, there were cheeks.
I saw some poom poom shorts.
Oh yeah, the poom poom shorts.
The sundresses are out, and the worst thing is, I live in I live downtown, so there's a lot of students around. And you know what makes me? I know I've gotten older because when I see young people now and their ass cheeks are hanging, I'm like, how are you wearing that? Like, you're crazy. That was literally me like 3 years ago.
Yep, literally. But I will say, I don't even be hating. I'm literally like, I'd love to see.
Oh my gosh! But the thing is, I think
everyone out.
The biggest reason why they do it is because their figure. I look at them and I'm like, you didn't even work for that. Like, your figure is at 100. Your summer body is just every day is your summer body. So
they've just been waiting for this weather to show them cheeks. Cheeks season. Cheeks.
Whenever you see cheeks,
you have to
just in your head just say cheeks.
Oh yeah, it's my favorite thing now. Shout out to Stacy's boyfriend for the cheeks, because definitely got to pay his dues, because he definitely gave us that one.
Oh my gosh, what did you do this weekend?
I actually did a lot on the weekend. Trying to remember. Friday I worked out, started doing weight training. I hate my life. I'm sore as hell. I feel like a giant bruise.
But that's good. It'll get better. It gets worse, then it gets better.
Yeah, exactly. Saturday I hung out with a friend, got some Susie Q's, hung out with another friend. I feel like I did something else, but I don't really remember. I don't remember, honestly.
Susie Q's. Some people say that they're overhyped. What do you think?
I mean, personally, I like their donuts. I don't give
Which one's your favorite?
The bumbleberry one.
Which one?
It's like, I don't know what it's made. It's like purple, like kind of jelly-ish, and then there's like these like crumbles of something on it. So good. I also like the raspberry.
I like the raspberry.
And the maple bacon.
And the bacon one is so good.
Pretty fire.
Yeah, I like those. Yeah. I don't know if I like them more than just like a plain Krispy Kreme. I like Krispy Kreme donuts, like the original,
the glazed. Yeah, I love a glazed donut. Like,
love those.
But, yeah, like definitely for sure. The Susie Q's are a nice treat. If I was gonna have donuts more often, like because I don't eat them as often, but I would definitely go for the Krispy Kreme glaze.
It's just light and fluffy.
Yeah, I worked out a lot this weekend. That's what I did, actually, to be honest. That's why I feel like I did a lot, because I was outside the house a lot.
Honestly, working out,
it was a lot,
is an excuse to be like, I did something today.
I did. I'm tired.
I can relax now.
Literally, though.
Because this weekend too, so for the past 7 days, I missed one day, but for the past 7 days, I've been doing this at-home workout, 25 or 26-minute HIIT workout. It's so good. The first time I did it, so the comments made me feel so much better, because the first time I did it, I just played the video and followed her, did it at my own pace, and had to adjust some of the workouts. for myself. And then when I looked at the comments, some people were saying how I'm at minute 5, I had to take a break, or I wasn't able to finish it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, I still got it. I can finish it. But this girl, her pace is crazy. I forget what her name is.
I do, because sometimes I do like at-home workouts. And there's one that I do. Her name is Mad Fit. I don't know what her real name is, but that's what she goes by on YouTube, and I really like her.
I sent it to my friend, and I told her to watch it. So the video is called 25 minute hit workout, no equipment needed, and it's by Tony Mitchell, this black girl. She's hella fit.
I'm sure she is. She has a YouTube channel.
Seriously. God, my dad just sent me a really long text.
Oh my God.
He's been sending me Jehovah's Witness little videos.
Does your dad watch this podcast?
I sent it to him.
Why?
Maybe a month ago. And he was searching for it. And I'm like, oh, just so funny. Because some of the titles, like, I was offered a threesome or something.
Yeah, your poor father.
You know, honestly, we're in a different time, because even 10 years ago, I would never tell my dad I have a podcast.
I wouldn't even tell my mom.
Tell my mom. Yeah, tell my mom. But now, and mom said to not talk about her today.
Okay, but before we don't talk about her, she needs to know this, because she's been gone since the Thursday before Mother's Day.
Left the Thursday.
Yeah, she left the Thursday before Mother's Day and has not been home since.
Yeah. And what do you call that?
Listen, if in Creole you don't call someone homeless, you call them épave, vagabond, sans abri, come home. What the heck?
Yeah, my mom would be the first. If I came home at like 10 at night, she'd be like, "Do you not have a home? Like, why? Like, you should be at home. I don't understand why you're out this late. They're gonna start thinking you don't know where you live, blah blah blah."
And look at the tables; they do be turning.
So, mom, come home, please.
Come home, okay? Enough is enough. You've been out. You had your fun. It's time to come home.
You went to Mexico. She went to Cancun, of all places.
I know. Lived her best life. And now the fun is over. It's time to come home.
Happy belated birthday to Balby. I think we actually may have said that. I don't know.
I don't think we did, but happy birthday, happy belated birthday, Balby, for sure.
Because mom and her have been friends for like,
I think they were like 10, 12 when they met. 12?
Really?
I think mom said she was 12, yeah.
So like 35 years, something like that.
They've been friends for a long time.
Yeah, that's crazy. Imagine having a friend for 35 years.
I mean, it's reaching there. Me and Tiff have been friends for like 26 years.
Oh, shit. Yeah, Tiff. Jeez. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, so I'm going to get into my spicy tale. This happened actually in Cancun, Mexico.
Oh, Cancun.
So me and my 2 other best friends were like, let's go on a girls trip. This would have been our first girls trip. We were all single when we planned to go, which is perfect, obviously. But as we were booking the trip, one of our best friends decided to get into a relationship.
That bitch.
And already me and my other friends were like, ugh, whatever. It's a new relationship. She shouldn't be that crazy. Like, who is this guy? Which, side note, it is really cute that they got together, because he used to work at the grocery store years before, and she would see him when we would go to Fit for Less upstairs, and she'd be like, oh my God, he's so hot. And I'm like, oh, why don't you talk to him?
She manifested it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why don't you talk to him? She never talked to him. And then, yeah, years later, they matched on Bumble, I think. And yeah, they've been together for almost 5 years now. Anyways, so we're booking the trip. She has a boyfriend. Me and my other friend are kind of annoyed, but whatever. So we booked the trip. So we get to Mexico, all is good. You know, obviously sometimes she talks about her new boyfriend. It's great, whatever. We're posting stories on Instagram, obviously. And all of a sudden her boyfriend starts to message me being like, oh, post more post more videos of my girlfriend. Like, I want to see her. It's like, your girlfriend? Like, that's my best friend. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Your girlfriend? That's my best friend. So I was getting annoyed. Like, who is this guy? Like, are you guys actually boyfriend and girlfriend? Like, I don't know if you should consider you guys a boyfriend and girlfriend.
Such a hater.
Like, we had a single girls trip booked. So just so you know, guys, if you and your girlfriend are recently in a relationship and she had a prior girls trip booked,
the relationship is effective post girls trip.
Either one of two things. The other girlfriends are mad annoyed.
Yep.
Or two, they might even try to like dead your relationship.
Why would you even say that on this podcast for other people to hear you say that?
Okay, so like, I mean, this was so long ago, but anyways, we were in our mid-20s at this point.
Just so you know, before you continue, you're stirring up old wounds, eh? Like, people
they're fine. They're solid, and I'm good with him too, because at the time things got a little shaky. So so like I said, he was just like, oh, send me more videos, whatever. And I'm like telling my other friend, like, oh my God, why is he talking to me?
You're such an asshole.
And then she's just like, yeah, he's messaging me too, saying like, yeah, send more pictures, send more videos. So what I did is I blocked him from seeing my stories, okay? Because I didn't want him talking to me. So we continue on with our trip. We're having a good time. My friend is being a very, very faithful new girlfriend. She's not dancing with anyone. She's barely talking to people. She's kind of ruining the mood, actually. She's killing the vibe.
Killing the vibe.
Okay, we went clubbing one night. This girl had a sloppy bun on her head. Like, she literally looked like she just woke up and she was about to walk her dog early in the morning in a summer day. Like, it was one of those, like, she just couldn't care less about looking good. Whereas me and my other friend, obviously, like, we took like hours to get ready. We have like the nicest outfits on. And so we're seeing one of our friends like not look like us, and we're annoyed. Like, do you even want to come here? Like, we're basically beefing her on the trip.
Oh my God, you guys are such
and then
bullies.
she's getting more and more pissed at us. Like, why are you guys being like this? Like, I'm coming out with you guys, and we're like, yeah, but we want you to have fun. And she's like, I am having fun, but it's like, but
you're not having fun the way we want you to have fun.
So
how dare you, you fucking bitch.
So yeah, she still goes out, whatever. She's still kind of partying with us, but we're kind of beefing with her, so she's kind of annoyed with us, probably talking shit behind our back to her boyfriend, being like,
y'all are
these
haters.
bitches ain't shit. They want me to be out here, blah, 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 blah. Okay, fine. So then I guess what happened is, so her little sister is back in Ottawa watching these stories,
of course,
and she was going to the gym, and she was going to the same gym as my friend's boyfriend, who's watching the stories.
Who's not watching the stories.
But he's not watching the stories anymore because he doesn't see that my stories are not there anymore, obviously. So then he's at the gym and she's watching my story. And he's just like, oh, I don't see those stories. And she's like, she blocked you. And then she's he's like, no. So he messages his girlfriend and is like, did Stacy block me? And so his girlfriend, my best friend, is like, did you block my boyfriend? And I'm like, no. Why would I block him?
Not the deliberate lie to her face.
Why would I block him?
I would never.
Literally, my other friend is just like, oh my God. Because she knows damn well I blocked him.
She knows damn well.
She's just like, I don't know why. Like, he's saying you blocked him. I'm like, I didn't block him. And then she's just like, that's so weird. But then the sister is confirming that I blocked him.
Yeah, actually.
So then I'm like, fuck. Like, to my other friend, like, what should I do? Should I just unblock him? So I had to tell her eventually that I blocked him. And she was so pissed. And now I look back, and obviously even back then, maybe a week later, once I was not bitter, I was just like, hey, it does make her look back bad because all of a sudden her boyfriend is not seeing some stories and probably thinking that she's doing some sketchy shit.
Some shady
Meanwhile,
shit.
We're actually arguing with her on the trip because she's not partying the way we want her to party because she's in a relationship. And then so basically she was just like, if I have to choose, don't make me choose.
Don't make me choose.
I'm
It's
gonna
too
choose
early
him over you guys.
It's way too early for
Both of
that.
us. Like, not even just me, like my other friend too. Like
Your other friend's like, she said fuck me. Why she say fuck me for?
Yeah, like this was near the end of the trip. Let's just say so we took the flight. We took a flight to Montreal, and I don't even know how we got back, but basically the whole plane ride back to Montreal, she was barely talking to us.
I mean, I don't blame her.
She was like holding her phone to the side, talking to her boyfriend, mad shit. He actually ended up picking her up. I don't know if he picked her up by himself or if honestly, I don't really remember, but let's just say that started a huge issue between me, her, and her boyfriend, obviously. And I had to apologize and say, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have done that. I know, like, you're just the new guy coming in and, like, you're coming into all this shit. And, like, I'm sorry. But, yeah, that was, like, what? That was 5 years ago. Yeah, so
luckily
I was just
you guys
being
have let
a little
it go,
petty.
but
So you know what? You know, guys that say like that kind of don't like when their friends their girlfriend that's in a relationship is hanging out with a bunch of single girls. I kind of understand. Obviously, I can debate the other side too, but I kind of understand why they would rather their friends hang out with more non-single people, because in their opinion, they think that the single friends are trying to like drag the girlfriend back to the single life,
back to the streets.
So, and that's kind of, it's not like we wanted her to break up with her boyfriend. We just wanted her to have the same mindset, which obviously she's not going to, as a single person, because she had just gotten into a relationship. But she was not.
I feel like life. On that counter, like not every
single friend is trying to drag and that's why I can debate both sides, because I've been single,
and also and like being in a relationship. Just because I'm in a relationship doesn't mean I'm trying to hoe out with my hoe ass friends.
And just because you're in a relationship doesn't mean that just because your friends are in a relationship doesn't mean that they're not sneaking on the side.
Yeah, like
it's a case by case, friend by friend basis, okay?
Friend by friend.
But we really wanted the single trip, so yeah, that definitely. And this happened to me twice. Another time, I went to Miami with two friends. One was the same friend, and she just got into a relationship, but she was more. She's a flirt and she's more social. She didn't cheat on her boyfriend, but she was definitely more up to like, if guys are talking to us, she's gonna talk to them. There's nothing wrong with talking and socializing,
as opposed to
just like shutting down and being very reserved. Like no, she wasn't gonna turn her personality off. She just in a committed relationship. But yeah, that was my spicy tale.
Nice.
I'm sure my
of
friend
you being
will
a
be
fucking snake. I already know her friends watching this being like, that little bitch. You really brought this back up? Oh, I just got over it.
Yeah, that was a rough like month, but we were good after that.
That's the shitty thing about like when you like have an issue with your friend's boyfriend, because trust me, I have been there. I once had a friend who was dating this guy who I really like. Basically, we had heard rumors about this guy, like really bad things about him, that he was a thief and like all this stuff. And so one of our friends contacted her and was like, yo, like, and mind you, at this point, it was still early in their relationship. Right. Like, it's not like they were living together. They had just started dating, whatever. And she's like, yeah, like, this is what I heard about your boyfriend. I heard that he's a thief or whatever. And she got so mad. Like, me too. Like, I tried to talk to her and like we got into an argument about it, and then he hated me, so I wasn't allowed to hang out with her anymore.
It's like tough. It's really tough seeing. Like one time my friend's boyfriend mentioned to one of my other friend's boyfriends, like, check out these girls when we were at the club or something like that. And so then one of the boyfriends told the girlfriend, and then the girlfriend told us, and then she's just like, should we tell her? And I'm like, I don't know. But then I got on the phone call with the girl that the boyfriend said this, and I told her, and that I was just like, yo, get the cameraman. This is an episode of The Real Housewives.
Bro, I'm telling you, sometimes you cannot listen. I have learned this the hard way.
God.
You cannot tell
No.
anyone who, like, when their relationship is, like, if it's not working out and you can clearly see it from the outside looking in, like, there are certain people who will fight you. They don't give a fuck. Like, they don't care. Even if it's blatant in their face, they don't care.
No.
And you have to respect everyone's decision.
Yeah.
Whether or not you agree, you just have to suck it up and be like, then if that's what you want, then that's what you want.
And that's why you should be careful as a woman, because this is women. Men don't really talk about their relationships to their friends like that, so I don't see that happening as often. But let's say you're talking to your girlfriend about how your boyfriend is doing this and doing that, and like you can't stand him, and like you don't know if you should be in the relationship anymore, blah 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 blah. Okay, you tell your girlfriend this.
Yep.
She might even tell her other girlfriends this, whatever. Get back on the phone with this girlfriend. Yeah, like, we're fine, everything's good, blah blah blah. Those girlfriends hate your boyfriend.
We hate your boyfriend.
They hate him.
It's
so
true.
you should probably keep your shit to yourself.
True.
And girls love talking when their relationship is trash to their girlfriends, and don't really say much when their relationship is good.
Yep.
So obviously the girlfriend is just thinking about how trash your boyfriend is.
Yep.
And then next thing you know, I don't, like, if you give her advice, like, yeah, like, I don't know if you should still be with him. Like, what do you mean? Like, this is why I don't tell you anything. Like, how could you judge me?
No,
You
my
know how much we've gone through together.
That's the worst. Like, when people say that line right there, you know how much we've been through together, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, you're just talking about your trauma bond to this person. Let it go, bro. Like, at this point, like, there's so many... Mind you, there's a lot of guys who, like, if they care, they'll make the effort to change, because everyone knows if somebody wants to, they will.
Right.
So me, I'm not saying, I'm never going to sit here and be like, people can't change, people can't do this, people can't do that. But I'm a very big believer of, like, past actions dictate future behavior. So if in the past you were like this, there's a very strong possibility that you may revert back to those old ways.
Yep.
So it's like, yes, everything is case by case, but when someone does something to you, the same thing to you more than once, like, you need to start accepting the fact that this is who this person is. Like,
and then the girl is enabling them. And then she's wondering why he doesn't change. It's like, there are no consequences to his actions.
Why should he? Why should he change?
I wouldn't.
Why? I get my cake and I get to eat it too.
Exactly. Just keep pushing the boundaries, see how far you can go.
Oh my God. It's like being a kid all over again. The fuck? Like, okay, so last time I came home at 11, mom yelled, but she didn't hit me. So I guess I could try like 11:30. Like, it's the same thing. It's like being a kid. Like, you're just letting this person test the waters, see how far they can get. Every time they push an inch, another inch, another inch. And then next thing you know, I don't know, man. Next thing you know, another bitch is moving into your house and y'all sister wives.
Yeah, like, I know a girl that she's married to the first person she was in a relationship with, the first person she slept with, okay? And, you know, it's so crazy because this is like striking gold for a man, okay? Because that girl isn't going anywhere. Like, there's been so many rumors of this man cheating on this woman, and we all know we can't go to her and tell her this because she would bite all of our heads off. So we just let her live her life, and it is what it is.
See, that's another thing. I have no problem with girls like that. Like, I don't have an issue with girls who, like, they'd rather be
living their delusion.
Like, yeah, like, they're happy in their delusion.
But you know what? She doesn't talk bad about him.
That's another thing.
I respect that.
That's another thing. Like,
your man is wilding out and he has a terrible reputation, and I feel bad for you because he's humiliating you. But you are a girl from, like, another generation. You got the soul of another generation because you literally will stick by your man, and it's one of those situations
my man.
You're going. I can see her being married for like 50 years, and And I actually can see him turning things around like in like 10 years from now, being like, okay, I became a faithful man at 40 and I've been faithful from 40 to 75.
Listen, I have no issue with women who want to live in their delusion and be happy and put that shit aside and pretend like nothing's wrong, and you want to believe that, that's fine. Like, to me, do that. Go off. I have an issue when you bitch about your issues and then continue
have your friend talk to
like
him.
listen, literally have your friend tell, like, bro, if there's one thing I fucking hate is when girls
drag you into their mess.
Bro, the thing, like, when your friends like, oh, can you call him and bitch, I will smack the shit out of you. Like, I've had a friend, and I don't want to expose, so and I already know when this person hears this, they're gonna be
she
like,
knows exactly.
She's gonna know it's
but
her.
only her. So
only her, so it's fine. Literally, fucking drama queen of the century ends up at the hospital and is like, can you call my boyfriend and tell him I had to go to the hospital? Bitch, I should put here.
Listen,
like, I want to
I've had a friend who had a cheater boyfriend, and I had cheated at the time, okay? So I had cheated. He knew I had cheated before.
Of course.
So she's just like, can you call him and ask, like, kind of get information, and I'll be on three-way, good old three-way back in the day. I feel like people don't do that, like, and are just silent on the phone nowadays as much.
Not the same.
So basically, she got me to call him. She was on the line. I called from my phone, obviously, so he doesn't know. And she was on mute. And I was just like, yeah, like, why don't you just, like, tell her the truth? Or, like, she knows that you did it. And then he's just like, she doesn't know because it's never happened. And he even went as far to say, like, I know you've cheated before, but, like, that's not me. And I was like, oh my God, I can't.
The way I would have been like,
I can't wait till your girlfriend has concrete evidence so that she can leave your ass, so that you could be like, I don't know what to do with my life. And she's not with him. And literally for years and years, this guy was trying to get back with her when he was cheating on her for years with, like, his best girlfriend.
It's always the best girlfriend.
Oh my
I literally
God.
was talking to our friend that stopped by at the house today, and we're talking about, like, basically people who like bad people in relationships, and then when things go, like, south, they're like, oh, like, if you don't take me back, like, I don't know how I'm gonna survive, I'm gonna kill myself and blah blah blah. And I saw something on TikTok about this, and this girl was saying, like, listen, if somebody tells you that they're gonna, like, unalive themselves, she's like, the only thing, like, the best thing you can do, because this is just an emotional way to manipulate you, right? Like, it's emotional manipulation. We all know it. It is what it is. We're gonna call it as we see it. But she was like, you need to call EMT or EMS services. EMS? I don't know if it's EMT. EMS, I think. Anyways, emergency services. Call the paramedics, send them over, be like, my friend told me that they're gonna unalive themselves. You contact their family, you send everyone to their house, because when everyone shows up to their house and they have to take accountability for trying to emotionally manipulate you and have to answer questions as to, well, why would you say that if you didn't want to do that? Oh, I was trying to get her to come back or him to come back. You look stupid.
Honestly, if someone, because you have to be in a toxic relationship.
Oh my God,
I will play that game. Unalive yourself then.
Bro, Stacey, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I have literally said that. Not to a man I was dating, but I have a friend of mine. I have a friend of mine who was dating a guy who was like, I'm gonna fucking unalive myself and blah blah. And I was like, tell him to do it. Tell him to do a backflip when he jumps off the roof. Fuck. Like, literally tell him.
And I know it sounds like we're being insensitive.
No, but, like, if you're gonna,
the person is trying to get a reaction out of you, trying to keep you in this toxic.
But then there's that girl who went to jail because she told her boyfriend to do it, and he actually did. Like,
yeah.
So, you know, like, that's the other thing. Like, that's why the girl was saying, that way you have to assume responsibility for your actions when you were trying to emotionally manipulate someone else, because now you have to answer to your entire family, plus the emergency. The paramedics are here, police is here to fucking talk you down. Now go tell the police officer why you did this. It's embarrassing. And sometimes people need to be embarrassed.
That's actually a good advice, because people, I've never had an ex.
I've never had an
That's
ex say that to
crazy.
me, but I've definitely been around a friend of mine when their psycho ex-boyfriend was literally sending the craziest pictures of himself crying, and I was, bro.
And I was crying.
And her and I were like dying of laughter, like dying of laughter. She knows, and I know when she hears this, she's gonna call me and be like, as if you brought this up, bro. I wish I was a petty bitch.
I'm trying to think of like
no,
the worst
Stacey,
thing
if you
I've
would've-
said to someone
Stacey.
to stay with.
Oh, I've
me.
said terrible things. Oh, not to stay with me, but
okay.
I said terrible things to people before.
I'm pretty sure I've said like I just don't know how. I'm sure I've said like I don't know how I'm gonna live without you, but I wasn't saying it as a suicidal thing. I was saying it as like I don't know how my life is gonna go, not on, but go without
Like
you, 'cause
moving
that's
forward.
not what I pictured, and that's probably what you should say. Like actually say, because let's be real, honestly. So many times we say the same things over and over to the person that we're in a relationship with, whether it's good or bad. Like that's just our vocabulary. Like, oh, I love you, and then you were in another relationship, and oh, I love you too. Like, and then you're in another relationship, and it's like, I've never felt like this before.
I
Like,
mean,
there's
to
nothing
be
original
fair,
anymore.
At that point, you really didn't feel that. You've never felt this way.
But the worst part is you could actually say it in every single relationship
And actually
it
mean
stands
it.
because I feel differently to all of my exes, and the person I'm with now, I've never felt like this before, but I've never loved anyone more than I've loved him.
Every single one of your exes is like, the fuck?
This bitch literally said that.
So your ex were like, I thought she said we was soulmates.
And that's how I felt at the time.
Not anymore. That
That's-
shit's dead.
You know when you just level up, and then I don't ever want to get to a point where let's say me and my boyfriend don't work out, and I'm in another relationship, and I'm just like, oh, like I've never felt like this because I don't like you like this.
Yeah.
Honest, I've never been with a boyfriend because some people, these girls, sometimes they have a new boyfriend every month, every few months, every year. And I'm like, how is that even possible? First of all, for a guy to want to be in a serious relationship with me, they see being with me for a long time, and so do I. I think my shortest relationship I've ever been in was my first relationship, and it was 1.5 years. Then my second relationship was 2 years. Then my third relationship was 4 years. And now my relationship now is heading to 3 years. And hopefully forever. But
Oh my God. Thank God he doesn't watch this. He'd be throwing up. You're like, ugh. Like, enough. We get it.
Forever.
We get it.
And
You're in
actually-
love. Like,
Actually, when I was with my ex at one point, because I was in my early-ish to mid-20s when I was with him, but near the tail end of our relationship, I was thinking, wow, if this man actually proposed to me, I would actually have to say no, which is so sad. Because I feel like
if you
all
say no
women-
to a proposal, is that the end of the relationship?
I guess it depends on the guy, but it would definitely bruise my ego if I got down on one knee and someone said no to me. That's harsh. I guess the reasoning, and also if, let's say I was because I'm assuming you're having the conversation. Please have the conversation of not I'm gonna propose to you, but like where you guys see your relationship being, if you want to be married, blah blah blah. Because if your girlfriend is saying that she is not ready for marriage, do not propose to her. And I know it sounds like that would never happen, but I was watching The Real Housewives, and one of the girls, the man wanted to propose to her so bad, and year after year she was like, I'm not getting married to you until you have your child support situation settled with your ex, you have your business running. Like, I'm not getting into a relationship with like such a rocky start. I want a good foundation. And that was such sound advice, because originally when I watched the show, because this is a very old series, I was just like, what girl would say no to a proposal? Like, you're with the guy, you're in a
I've said no
relationship.
before.
You've been proposed to?
3 times. I said no all 3.
Wow. Did they have a ring and
Yeah.
got down on one knee?
Not on one
But
knee,
still,
but
they
I
got the
have
ring.
had 2 rings. I gave one of the rings back.
So you have 2 rings?
I gave one back, and I have one still.
And where's the other one?
I gave it back. I just told you. I said I gave it back, and then the second one I have at home.
But you said you've been proposed to 3
The
times.
third time I didn't get a ring.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like the very, very first time was, but like we were poor and broke at the time.
Right.
And I think I said yes, actually, but I think it's because I was 20. Like, fuck. When was that really gonna happen?
Who's saying no?
And then the 2 other times I said no. The third time I said no, he was so salty. Every time we would go to parties, he would tell people, he's like, yeah, I tried to ask her and she said no. And I was like, bro, like, we're gonna get married and we're both in debt.
But
we ain't got our shit together.
Did these people propose like very early on in the relationship?
No, the third one was when we were living together.
And did you guys have the conversation, or he just...
Bro, anyone who knows me knows I've always said, like, marriage is not something that I really care to do. So to me, I was just like, bro, it's like you're just
you
like...
don't listen.
Literally, you don't listen. Like, I already told you. And, like, also... Like, if I was ever going to consider it, it wouldn't be at the state that we were at that time. Like, I'm not getting married while I'm in debt and fucking have no savings. Like, at the time, I was literally piss poor. Like,
honestly,
why?
I would say that most people get married when they are in those situations.
I don't want to be in those situations.
But it's very smart.
I would never want to have a wedding and then end up in more debt than I was when I started the wedding. Like, that's crazy.
Oh, I don't even want all that.
I'm a huge fan of eloping. Like, I'm a huge fan
of going to the courthouse. Honestly, my ideal situation, obviously not my mom's or my boyfriend's, but boyfriend's side of the family. I would go to the courthouse, get married, and then have a photo shoot, like rent like a white dress, and he has a suit or a tux, take pictures so that I have like a memory of something, and then have some sort of reception, but like literally just at a restaurant or someone's nice backyard with my immediate family.
Yeah, I agree with that wholehearted.
That's all I
literally was talking to Alicia about this, and she's like, if you ever got married, like, who would you be your bridesmaid? And I'm like, I'm not gonna lie to you, if I ever actually got married, I would just have one maid of honor, and it would be Stacy.
And then
that's it. Like, and I was like, no one can get mad at me.
Fight that you have your sister.
100%. I was like, no one can get mad at me. She's my sister. I'm like, ideally, if the person I were to marry had a brother or a best friend, they could have like their best, and that's it. Like, I don't have first of all, I just don't care.
Well,
like,
when mom got married, she just had the witness.
Yeah, the witnesses. Yeah.
And then
I feel like the only reason I would even consider having a wedding would be for my mom. It's not for me because I could care less.
Would you have a destination wedding, or would you have it?
If it was for mom, I would let her choose whatever she wanted because it ain't for me.
Well, weddings are expensive, so if she's flipping the bill, I don't know where she's getting that.
Yeah, but in Haitian culture, we don't even pay for our weddings.
I don't like that.
I do.
I don't like charging people.
I do, because then you don't get a wedding gift. You just pay for the wedding.
Yeah, but I want people to come to my wedding and just... bring a gift and then enjoy yourselves. But
what's the difference between a gift and paying $100-something?
What if my gift is not that expensive?
As a grown adult,
like sometimes plates are very expensive. Hold on. Pay like $200
Hold on. As an adult in your 30s, no one's giving a wedding gift that's under $100. Like, stop. Even if you're giving a card, you're putting $100 in the card.
True.
So realistically, for everyone to give you $100 to come to your wedding is the same thing as them putting $100 in your card. I would rather do that than have cheap ass people come to my wedding and not even give me a gift.
Listen, I went to a wedding last year. One of my friends, she's Chinese and Vietnamese. Oh my God. They had a tea ceremony. The amount of red envelopes I saw. Oh my God.
You're like, I'm about to fucking hop over there.
Marry an Asian man.
Like, okay.
Jeez. Or like those African weddings where they're just throwing money.
Yeah, like
it's the strip club.
Mom's friend, when she got married, I went to her wedding, Mildred, and they were literally throwing money on her. I was like,
so nice.
Trying to
yoink.
Literally yoink.
But weddings are so much fun. I because I was not going to weddings until last year. I went to 2 and then I have one this year. But before last year, the last wedding I had gone to.
Last year we went to 2 weddings.
Yeah. Huh?
You went to 2 weddings.
Yeah, I said 2.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said just the one.
Yeah, I don't know whose wedding it was, but it was like I must have been a child before that because I never went to like junior.
Oh, you didn't come to Junior's wedding. Junior's wedding was.
Yeah, but it was also like $200.
It was $250 a person.
Oh no, that's too much.
It was such a good time though. I had such a good time.
Yeah, because you didn't pay for your ticket.
No, Mom did. Thank God. I was broke at the time. Leave me alone.
Yeah, at this point, I don't know when I'm getting married. But I would love that. You know, you're almost at J-Lo status with the proposals.
Don't fucking kill me.
Getting all.
I gave one of the rings back.
How many
so I only
Infinity
have one.
Stones are there? 5 or 6?
I only have one of the rings, and I never wear it because, like, what am I gonna do with it?
I don't know. I feel like those people that propose to you and you said no. And then they're gonna if they propose once.
The one that proposed to me is getting married in July. Well, the last one is getting married in July.
I wonder if you propose to someone and they said no, do you even tell the next person you're gonna propose to? Because the girl would be pissed. Like I'm so happy that my boyfriend has never proposed to anyone else.
Yeah,
it makes me feel better.
That's true.
Because, yeah, and actually I know of a guy who bought a ring and he was going to propose to his girlfriend, but then it just was not a good time and she ended up breaking up with him. And until this day, she has no idea that he was going to propose to her. And I'm like,
guaranteed he's going to reuse that ring for the next bitch.
I don't think he should because it has sentimental value linked to that girl. So I just don't think he should do that.
So what, he's supposed to keep the ring forever?
For financial situation, sure. But like, I don't know what the return policies are for engagement rings, but like, it's not used and it's been in the box. Like, I don't know how it works, but I hope for him that he either does something different to it or he brings it back, because I would not want that, even though no one, like, the girl will actually never know unless he told her. But yeah,
that'd be really sad to find out, like,
he's proposed, but obviously
found out that, like, after you break up with someone, like, they had every intention on proposing to you. You're like,
I know, but honestly, I respect him, because some people would be like, you know what, I bought the ring, I'm going for it. I don't care if we're in a trash relationship. Like, I'm committed to this person. Whereas he's just like, yeah, no, like,
this is not a right.
This is not clearly. This is not the next step for our relationship.
Yeah. Well, at least he was mature enough to even realize that.
Oh my God. But that's just devastating.
It is devastating.
Thinking that, because at one point he felt like he was going to spend the rest of his life with this woman. And now he's with a whole nother woman, saying that this woman is so much better. So
she's probably rocking that damn engagement ring.
Stop it. No, they're not. They're currently not engaged. So we'll see. I will ask him.
He's waiting to dust it off to come and bring it out to his new woman.
Because
he's like,
that's wild.
Right before he gets down on one knee, just a little.
Honestly, men, sometimes I get very annoyed that it's up to the man to propose to the woman, because I would love that. I would love it to be on, not love it to be on us, because I don't want to propose to a man, but I just hate that it's up to them. They say access to sex is, women give access to sex and men give access to relationships. And honestly, I feel like now, of course, me being a woman giving access to sex, I'm like, I want to give the access to the relationship.
You can't have your cake and eat it too,
I know. But like, it's true. A girl is not in a relationship until the guy says so. And I would say most of the times it's the girl that's gunning for the relationship. And then definitely for marriage, like, come on. Most of the times it's the woman that's like, hey, like, when are we getting married? And it's real. And if I was a man, just like women withhold sex, it actually makes sense that men would be like, I'm gonna wait because I hear so many stories. I don't know if it's true. I hear so many stories of once we got married, everything changed. And I'm like, okay, did everything actually change, or were they actually just the same person?
You know what?
And now you're pretending that
you know what?
thought that our marriage was gonna.
No, I'm gonna put a
change.
pin on that because
Okay.
I think that that's something I want to actually mention on our next episode
Okay,
because
yeah,
we
we
have
are-
to
we
wrap it up.
Gotta wrap it up.
But we're gonna put a pin in the marriage and the sex thing because put a pin.
Okay.
We will be right back.
Thanks for watching. Check out our TikTok, Instagram, all that. See you guys in the next episode.